Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria, and in this video I will be sharing with you some tips on how you can pay off your student loans faster. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I make videos related to frugal living and finance, minimalism, styling Aritzia basic pieces, as well as other lifestyle videos. If you're interested in joining this community, please make sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell notification so that you'll get notified when I post a new video. So let's get started. Now, before I get started with sharing with you some tips on how to get rid of your student loan debt, I want to share with you some context into how I got into debt in the first place. When I was 18, I went to Toronto to go to university, and I finished when I was 22. By the time that I had graduated, I had accumulated over $20,000 of debt. I thought that this was a normal thing and that everyone who goes to university ends up going into debt, which a lot of times ends up being the case because really, when we're that young, we don't really know any better. I went into student debt in order to pay off my tuition fees every semester, as well as my books, my rent, food, etc. At that time, I had no idea how I was going to pay off my student loans. I didn't know where to start, but I knew that I didn't want to be in a position where I felt like I owed anything to anybody. Luckily for me, before I graduated university, I was able to secure a 2-year fixed-term contract, and I knew an approximate amount of salary that I was going to get every year. Knowing the approximate amount of salary that I would get every year, as well as the basic expenses that I get from rent, bills, etc., I knew that the leftover amount from my pay would be used to pay off my OSAP as soon as possible. Now that I've given you a little bit of context as to how I got into debt, now let's get on to the tips. The first step in repaying student debt is to figuring out what it is that you actually owe. I know that it might seem scary or a little bit nerve-wracking having that piece of paper with the total amount of money that you owe and how it might be a really huge figure. At least I know it was for me. But really try to face the facts instead of running away from it. Figure out what it is that you actually owe, the total amount of it, the minimum monthly payments, as well as the interest rate for that loan. Next, evaluate your student loan repayment options. This is going to depend on the type of loans that you owe, how much you can afford to pay, and your financial goals. Personally for me, I knew that I wanted to get rid of my debt as quickly as possible. And so I was willing to sacrifice having a higher monthly payment for a shorter term period. For you, it might be different. It's all going to depend on, again, how much you can afford to pay, but also what your financial goals are. I knew that I wanted to get rid of debt as quickly as possible, and so I was willing to pay extra amount of money and a higher contribution just in order to get rid of that debt. Next, make sure that you pay your loans automatically. Set up your loan payment so that it's automatically deducted from your checking account each month. By doing this, you don't have to worry about paying late or damaging your credit. My next step is to be consistent and pay extra if you have newfound money. Newfound money doesn't necessarily have to be money that you find on the ground or in between your couch cushions, but it could be money that you didn't expect to receive, such as a tax refund, rebates, gifts from your family, a bonus, and you can use this newfound money for your loan principal so that it really takes out a huge chunk from your loan every time. My last tip is for you to try weekly or bi-weekly payments if possible. For me personally, I did monthly payments, but really this is something that I wish that I had done, was to make bi-weekly payments so that I could just pay it off a lot faster. Tackling your student debt more proactively means that you're paying it off sooner rather than later. There's a lot of ways for you to manage your debt, but the worst thing that you can do is really nothing. Make sure to take the first step in getting out of debt so that you can get on your way to financial independence. If you like this video, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe down below, and hit the bell notifications for more content on frugal living, finance, minimalism. I also post some Aritzia styling pieces as well, and other lifestyle videos. I'll see you all next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you all have a great day. Bye!